Warren Buffett loves silver, but he hates gold. You might be wondering what makes these two metals different, but the truth is that there are many. He believes that gold gives you that look for a reason. He is very interested in silver, but won't go near gold with a 10-foot pole. In fact, a lot of millionaires like to invest in silver. We'll also talk about why it's happening. There is a good reason why my name is Silver Slayer and not Gold Guy. It wasn't just a random choice to pick silver. In this video, Buffett talks about why he thinks silver is better than gold. First of all, I want to say hello. Thank you for listening to the Silver News every day. Hi there, I'm Silver Slayer, and I want to tell you all about the news and how it affects the price of silver and other valuable metals. If you want to stay up to date on this topic, be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell. You can count on me posting at noon or 6 o'clock in the evening, even if I do it twice a day. Use either the Eastern Standard Time or both. You should listen to the talk I had with silver expert David Morgan last night. It's the best. David Morgan is the best person to talk to if you want to find a well-known silver supporter or expert. He was definitely one of the first and most vocal supporters of the widespread use of silver. I hope you all like this interview because it's really good. Just so you know, I'll be giving away something in less than 2 weeks. Sign up for more, and as always, may the best stacker win. We can talk about silver. Watch for the release of my book, Silver is the New Gold, on Christmas Day. I will have both an electronic book and a hardcover with me. Watch out for that too. I'll see if I can get the paperback signed. Warren Buffett says that gold is an asset that just looks at its owner. I hope you're starting to understand how important the title of my book, Silver is the New Gold, is. Still, he made more than $97 million from just one silver purchase in his life. Buffett likes silver more than gold for two main reasons, and these differences make for a profitable equation. What I really want to know is if you put your money in gold or silver, and if so, why? Gold is still useful. You could fit $100,000 worth of gold in a shoebox or even 2 hands. But silver is more unstable and takes up a lot of space, so it might not be the best thing to buy. It's more dangerous. But it's not true to say that gold is a safe haven metal, so I wouldn't think of it that way. Some people say that gold is more stable, but silver is also a good investment because it is physically sound. Both metals are considered safe havens. During Berkshire Hathaway's annual meeting in 2006, someone asked Warren Buffett to explain how he values precious metals. Buffett then talked about a time when he bet a lot of money on silver, when demand for it around the world was almost 100 million ounces more than supply. Interestingly, demand around the world is now more than 100 million ounces per year more than supply. Almost 200 million ounces per year. He figured out that silver was out of balance, and he was right. Silver is out of balance right now. In fact, our supply has been structurally negative for the past 5 years, which means we've lost hundreds of millions of ounces. In fact, we've lost about 1 billion ounces in the last 6 years. This is exactly why Warren Buffett bought a lot of silver and made a lot of money. The same thing is still happening now. He finally chose to explain why he bought 111 million ounces in 1997. You may remember that billionaire David Bateman recently bought 1,000 Oz Comex bars of silver for $1 billion and had them delivered in person. It seems that these billionaires prefer silver over gold. You also need to understand that the two are very different from each other. They don't just have shininess. You have to agree that gold's beauty is a big part of its worth. Silver has many uses besides being valuable, such as in jewelry, bars, earrings, necklaces, and watches, because it is very good at conducting heat, electricity, and light. To be honest, gold isn't that interesting. It's mostly for show. Buffett made $97 million from his silver bet in 2006 by taking advantage of the imbalance between supply and demand, as he says here. Buffett had bought silver before, but this was the second time he had done so. He bought silver to make money off of the US government's decision to stop using it as money in the 1960s. Buffett has hated gold for a long time, calling it a useless asset that just sits there and watches its value. What makes Buffett see the two precious metals in such different ways? The answer has to do with how silver can be used in real life to make money, which is what Buffett wants from his investments. For example, agricultural land should make money through income, dividends, bond yields, or crop yields. You have to think about the future when you put money into anything, right? When you get really into a movie or something else, you stop thinking about the present and start making plans for the future, right? It means a lot to you. With this information, we can look forward to a time when there is always not enough silver, breaking records every year. The usefulness of silver backs up this point of view even more. Silver has value in money. Its worth is based on how much it adds to the world, not how much gold is worth. Because of this, silver is clearly a better investment for the long term. Much more useful. So, silver is the metal that conducts electricity and heat the best. And it is also the metal that is worth the most in industry. It is at the top of the periodic table. This is very useful for businesses, that's for sure. You can find it in a lot of places, like LED chips, nuclear reactors, solar panels, touchscreens, water purification, dental work, photography, and batteries. Isn't it amazing how silver can clean water? Water is the purest form of matter which shows innocence. Silver makes it clean. I mean, come on. Silver can make even the purest thing better. It really is mystical. Revolutionary trends, like the rise of renewable energy and artificial intelligence, are driving up the demand for silver. More than half of the world's silver use is for industrial purposes. So, gold isn't just a valuable metal that businesses use for decoration. It's true that some medical equipment can benefit from its non-reactivity with the human body, and that electronics can benefit from its resistance to corrosion. I used to take apart old computers and cell phones for fun, not to make money. I was looking for gold in them. So, a pocket full of iPhones is worth about $2 in gold. About 11% of gold is still used in industry, which is still a small amount. The rest will go to jewelry or investments. So it just sits there and gets melted down into more coins, bars, and jewelry. So it stays in circulation and is only remelted, pawned, sold, and remelted again. Because silver is a waste product from industry, it ends up in landfills. I was just trying to make the point that silver is mostly a byproduct, and Buffett brought it up at the 2023 conference when investors pointed out how different the two metals are. It just so happens that silver is found. They want copper, zinc, lead, and gold. Buffett says that silver production doesn't change much when prices go up or down. It's not as easy to turn on supply as it is to turn on a faucet. So, there has been a gap of about 150 million ounces in the last few years. The above-ground bullion inventory, which may have had 1 billion ounces a few years ago but has since run out, has filled these exact amounts. Our calculations show that the current difference is big enough to drain silver reserves until a new price is needed to bring things back into balance. Yes, that's exactly what's going on right now. Because of the logic behind the silver boom, what he said 2 years ago is still true today. Buffett says that silver production in 2024 was almost the same as it is now. The price of silver hit a 12-year high. Mines around the world made 819 million of them. The 812 million in 2023 stayed the same, but output stays around 850 million ounces a year, while demand stays around 1.3 billion ounces a year. In a good year, it could reach 1.4 billion ounces. You can see the difference, and it will only get worse over time. Also, silver can't be made by magic. The price will change. Prices tend to go up when there is a lot of demand and not enough supply. Still, demand from industry kept going up, and by 2024 it had reached 680 million ounces. This is what happens in the business world. They are not talking about overall demand. The total demand in 2017 was about 1.3 billion ounces. In short, in 2024, the world used 149 million ounces of silver more than it made or recycled. Recycling is another thing to think about. Most people would think that even if we dramatically increased recycling rates, it wouldn't lower the demand for silver. Buffett's prediction from 2023 says that in 2025, demand for silver will be much higher than supply for the fourth year in a row. For now, the huge amounts of silver bullion stored above ground can make up for this imbalance. Sadly, not all of that gold is free to move around. We don't have any in stock. People are hoarding it because no one is selling it. But that is tiring. The London Bullion Market Association's silver stocks are now at dangerously low levels. Daniel Gully, an expert on commodities, says that its stock of 135 million ounces could run out in a few months. According to Bloomberg, India's largest precious metals company has run out of silver for the first time ever, and COMEX silver inventories are down 70% from their peak in 2020. With the AI revolution, the never-ending need for renewable energy, falling interest rates, and rising inflation, silver is a good investment. It's not hard to see how the bull run in silver could keep going. Buffett thinks that silver is a special metal that stands out from other precious metals because of its unique position among industrial metals. Its value is based on supply and demand, as well as a delicate balance. Buffett, myself, and a lot of other very wealthy billionaires agree with that. That's just how things are, isn't it? To find something useful, you need to know where it gets its value from. The worth of silver comes from its own properties. Not many things do. Buffett can see that too. And it's not ironic that these billionaires are buying so much silver. They're all very successful and wealthy. Anyway, a new piece came out today, and here it is. People are buying silver because they want safe investments and think the Fed will lower interest rates. Silver has gone up above $49 because people want safe haven assets again, and important US inflation data will come out later today. The dollar's drop has made precious metals more appealing because the market thinks the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates. The market is still not willing to take risks because the US government is still shut down, and there are trade problems between the US and China. Because of the markets and people's opinions, the price will always be changing. This is because of things like this article coming out, or Trump saying this, and then this happening here, and this doing that. But as long as you stay calm and realistic, we are sure it will keep going up. You know, it's good that there will be pullbacks, corrections, and dips, because that's how markets work. In fact, corrections are what you need to do to keep prices high. Right now, silver costs 48.87. A few months ago, we would have said this is impossible, but now that prices have gone up, people think $48 is cheap, even though silver was $38.10 less a few months ago. Back then, if someone had told you that silver would be worth $10 more now, you would have thought it was amazing. But people have gotten used to prices going up and don't see them as a good thing. Instead, they see them as a bad thing and don't take a step back, 2 steps back, and see that costs are going up slowly. I guess so. Okay, everyone, this is the end of the video. Have fun with this. Check out the interview I did with David Morgan yesterday. He also posted a documentary 2 days ago. The link is probably in the description. You should all watch his documentary because he is a legend. I hope you all had fun too. I'll see you all later today at 6 o'clock or tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I post at noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Thanks for being here. Hey there, Silver Slayer. In a few hours, I will meet with all of you. No fighting.